there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Kit Conspiracy. This is our month-long series that MK and I do every November and April. We have two kits that are from Stash. Sometimes they're built from Stash. Sometimes they are prepackaged that we just haven't used. But we are not going out and purchasing them. We usually add a couple things here and there. And then we usually do two kits that we have purchased specifically for Kit Conspiracy, or again, maybe they are prepackaged in our stash and we just haven't gotten to them. But usually the ones that are from Stash are older, whereas the ones that are pre-purchased are newer. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense. Since this is our first week, we usually do a kit share first. So that's today. Every Saturday we will be doing a kit share. And then we try to make as many layouts as we can. We do commit to 3 layouts, but oftentimes there are more than 3, usually more than 3, unless things are super busy for both of us and we just cannot get to it. But 3 from each of us, so that's 6 layouts using the same kit. Her style is completely different than mine, so if you're new here, you're going to see all kinds of different stuff. I mean, even if you're old here, you're going to see different stuff. But if you're new here, that is kind of the goal. So I'm going to go ahead and start with week 1. This is a kit that we have built out of our stash. Some things are prepackaged, some are not. These are for our Alaska cruise kits, basically. This is not a cruise that we taught on. This is a cruise that we just did with our husbands and another couple that we really enjoyed the trip with. But we have a lot of the same things because we bought one of those kits on board where it's from the cruise line. So some of that stuff's the same, and then we have a lot of other things that are the same. So I'm going to go ahead and get started sharing what I've got here. I am going to start with the papers, I think. So we have put in a couple of pieces of corrugated paper because, you know, Alaska is very natural and whatnot. So we thought this would go really well to kind of tie things together. You can see I've already cut in or ripped into one of them. And that's totally okay. I probably won't use both of these, especially in 1 week. It's really hard to get through some of these kits in a week because we pack them full. So don't expect us to use everything, but we do like to have options. And yeah, we've already started doing our Alaska documenting. So we know we're going to need more in our kit than just a week's worth of stuff because, of course, you know, with 3 scrapbookers on board, there were thousands of photos. I think we had over 500 photos just in one day between the 3 of us. So this is a close to my heart collection. I think it's called, oh, you know, I can't remember what it's called, but it was, maybe it has it on here. Let's Go Anywhere. Let's Go Anywhere. Okay, so we have the sticker sheet, which you can see I've used all of one sticker off of it. I'm going to set things aside as I go. This is also from that same collection. I'm going to set this aside because these are not from that same collection. Thought I'd use the same collection first. We have these papers. So I've got 2 of these. It's got little airplanes and dotted lines and geotags. And then these make hearts. So I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, super cute. The collection came with these punch out pieces. I don't know if I'll use them or not. I did use one here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So there's 2 of those. It's to make a double page spread. I don't ever follow what they say you should do. So, you know, who knows if that'll get used. This craft paper that has a grid on it. So I think that's super fun. I'm trying to see if there was anything else from that collection. I do not know. If it's in there, it's buried. I have 2 of these. These were from like an industrial collection from Michael's. I don't know what it was called. It was some industrial thing. But because it's grungy, it's got the reds and the yellows and, you know, all of those good colors that are kind of distressed. They're very Alaska feeling to me. I don't know if, I think MK has one of these. I think actually she has one and I have one. I have the one with the piece cut out and she maybe has the full. I don't know. We also have this piece which kind of ties to that piece. So got that. This is a paper that was from the cruise line kit. And we did Princess, so this one's from Princess. But I don't know if you can see, it's got birds, it's got moose, feathers. They're all very distressed, bear paws. And it's on top of a wood grain, so that's really cool. We have Heidi Swap blue stripe. It does have sailboats on the back. Won't be using that. It would be the blue stripe that I'm going to use. That's from her Set Sail collection. This is a leftover bit from that Close to My Heart collection. The back side is this green map paper. I think I've used the blue already. This is an interesting piece of paper. MK and I split this piece of paper. I don't know why. I don't know where she got it from, but she had it, and it has like "Oh Canada" and the lyrics on it. And because we stopped in Canada for one of our ports, we thought we'd split that. But we have different images on the opposite sides because obviously it's a cut apart and she has the other half. So there wouldn't be two images. This is also from the Princess Cruise Line. I can tell because of the weight of the paper. I think it's supposed to be like Aurora Borealis, but yeah, we didn't see any of that. We have several wood grains in here. And I don't know why I have so many of this Ella and Viv one. I don't think I'm supposed to have this. Hang on a second. I think that was a let's share some wood grain back and forth between us. So I think I'm supposed to have one sheet of that, not 5 or 6. So we have this really dark wood grain, which has this lighter color on the backside. We've got this kind of creamy looking one. This piece is from 49 and Market Wherever. Gosh, these are all out of order, you guys. I am so sorry. Okay, I'm going to stick this one back here. You didn't see that one yet. These are all from the cruise kit from Princess Cruise Lines. So an orange, a green, some green trees. These are single-sided thin papers, some green trees. We've got the totem pole faces in purple. We've got some mountains in blue. We have this dark wood grain, which is really pretty. I like that. We have this kind of photorealistic glacier. I don't see me using that as a whole sheet, probably tearing it apart and using it. Okay, now we're into the 49 and Market. So this is the 49 and Market Wherever. Got this piece. This one is called Trek. And then we have some solids. I think these are all solids. So this is the solid pack, which comes with this light green on one side. It comes with 2 of these yellow sheets, so front and back, solid paper 1. It probably came with 2 orange sheets, but I think I only have 1 left. So we've got this really cool orange, and it's a much darker orange on the back, but it's really pretty. Leans towards yellow on the back side. We've got this green, which is a much darker green on the, well, actually it's a darker green on the front and then lighter green on the back, which I love. Lots of greenery up in Alaska. We've got these 2 blues. This is paper number 4. The green one was paper 3. I think the orange was paper 2. I absolutely love this color. It's really deep and pretty. And then this leans into the greens. I don't know if you can see that. Try to hold it so my lighting is good. And then we have, this is solid number 5. I'm sorry if I'm making you sick by flipping papers around. This has a map print in it, which is really cool. It's like a tone-on-tone map print. And then the back side is the much lighter, kind of concrete looking. And I like that too. I think it's really pretty. Or it could be like slate rocks or something like that. So those are the papers we chose. We also chose the Wherever mini laser cut elements. And I was going to say, I'm not sure if I've already opened. I don't think I've opened these yet. So Wherever mini laser cut elements. All kinds of good stuff. And these are the ones that are like really detail cuts. So I think I actually had a second set of those, and I've used some of the second set. We have the Wherever blendable rub-on transfers. So very mixed media feel to them. Obviously some we won't be using, like the cityscape and the Statue of Liberty, but all of these other ones are really fabulous. So it comes with these 3 sheets. We have the Wherever cluster kit, which I think I've already dipped into this. So again, these are from our stash, so some things might be partially used. Comes with these washi stickers. It's a little bit different than a rub-on. Yep, definitely have used some of these. Again, these are laser cut elements, but they're for this kit that you make your own embellishments. I think, didn't I say it was an embellishment kit? Oh my goodness. Cluster kit, yes. So here's what you can make with it. And they always give you extra pieces in case you weren't aware. There's always extra stuff, so you could make at least one more. You could use, I don't necessarily always make the kit as they have it. Sometimes I take everything apart and just use it as I want for the photos that I've got. So yep, I've already used some of that down there, but I love that it's got all the maps and the map print and the leaves, and then it's got a couple of frames. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's kind of cool looking. Maybe it could be portholes, who knows. A compass. Obviously I'm also used a couple of these. Actually, maybe it's not obvious. From down here it looks like they're still there, but yeah, these two are gone. They've been used, the 2 frames. So that is one of our cluster kits that we pulled in. And we also pulled in the Moonlit Garden cluster kit, which is really soft colors. And let's see if I can open it. This one's brand new. Oh my goodness. There we go. So this one, you can make these 4 clusters. Try and get you in frame there. And then there's additional bits and pieces that you can use, but it comes with everything to do all 4 of those. And again, you never know if what I'm gonna do. That is one thing that MK and I are like, we don't always follow directions. So there's some extra pieces here. That's the back of the packaging. And then it comes with a lot more buttons and clips than what you need, and twine. I might use that white twine. I don't usually use their twine. I usually use the one from Stampin' Up! Because I really like it. It's very natural and neutral looking. So a bunch of embellishments in here, which is interesting, that I don't have to punch them out. We've got this piece. We liked them because they're very neutral and the colors are really easy to match with all of the other colors we've got going on. I'm stuck together. So we've got this. Here we go. There we go. Got that set. Great things for layering. So definitely, if you're not really comfortable with clusters, these are great to have because you can build so many things with them, and you can just follow the picture and not have to worry about it. There's some birds up there that were falling out. I love this, but look how detailed and fine that is. That's so cool. Okay, so that is the cluster kit from Moonlit Garden. I also have the Moonlit Garden, oh, this says Wherever page kit, but this is definitely, maybe it is Wherever. I don't know. You can see I've already got photos in there that I was using, but I don't know where I left off with that, so we'll see. That's what happens when you take it to one crop and then you put it away and then you don't open it up again. So yeah, this does look like Wherever. I don't know why I thought that was Moonlit Garden. But yeah, I've got lots of pieces that are already pulled out of here, but I'm going to definitely be able to use a lot of these and not worry about whether they go with the page kit. Like all of that's gone except for one corner. I should just cut it apart. Okay, so this, we do also allow ourselves to bring in additional embellishments. Like I will definitely be bringing in wood veneer from her shop. You might see acrylic coming in as well, or additional clips or something like that, or washi or something. We allow ourselves to pull that in, and we allow ourselves to pull in cardstock, although I don't use a lot of cardstock other than black and white. So usually if you're going to see me pulling cardstock, it's going to be white, possibly black. But yeah, there's the page kit instructions, and it makes these 4 pages. I know I've done this one already, and I think I've done this one. So I think I just have these 2 left. Well, let's see. Oh, guess what? I just have 1 left. So it comes with all of the instructions, well, not instructions, but the big picture. So you could just put your photo there, or you can kind of look at those layers and see these layers, and you can build it on this side. So I just have 1 paper left, but that's okay because I've got lots of embellishments between all of the packs, and I've got a lot of other paper, so I can build all kinds of clusters, right? Okay, so that is for the cluster, or the page kit. And then all of this stuff came from the Princess Cruise Kit. So this is chipboard. I probably won't use that because we didn't see the Northern Lights. We did see a history guy talking, but that's kind of going to be an interesting, funny layout because I think we were all trying not to fall asleep. Not that we don't like history. I think we were just tired. I don't know. Okay, so 4 different little borders. You could cut them apart if you wanted to, at least the bottom 2. It came with a whole bunch of 3x4 cards, and these are all single-sided. So I'm just going to show you some. I'm not going to show you all of them. I am more inclined to use something like this because I can do some journaling on it rather than maybe something like this, because I don't even know if I was on Franklin Street, to be honest with you. So lots of, oh my goodness, everything's upside down. Live in the moment, Gold Rush. I don't know why there's 2 of the Alaska established. I've got a husky hare in there, an eagle, 2 glaciers. I think there's 2 of everything. Puppies in the Piazza. I think that was a thing they had on board, but I don't know that they actually had it during our cruise. Thunderbird. We did not do a helicopter tour, so won't be using that. This says Princess Cruises Come Back New. I don't know that I'll use that, but the other side does say Alaska. This is Alaska, so possibly. Amazing Alaska Wilderness, Klondike Festival. We weren't there for that. A map. A Ketchikan. I guess this has just all the places. Now, we didn't go to Skagway or Denali or the Icy Strait Point, but we went to some of them, so you could cut it apart easily. Northern Lights, didn't see those. I don't know what this Stanley or Bigfoot at Sea is. I'm sure it's some onboard thing they offered at some point during their history of cruising into Alaska. I don't know if it's even applicable. Witness the History, views from the train. We didn't do a train. North to Alaska, Wish Upon an Alaskan Night Sky, Love the Sea Days. So yeah, lots of different ones. This one has like a sightseeing checklist of things you could go and see. That's a repeat of one of the others. Beautiful Views and the Fox. So I kind of like the totem ones that tell you what all the things are, but I don't know that they'll make it into the album because I've actually already done a lot of my totem pages. So we will see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it also came with some acrylic overlays, or acrylic acetate overlays, and I don't know if you guys can see these. Maybe I will just pull out a piece of paper here and lay them down so that you can see. I think this goes this way. So there's 4 of them. There might have been 4 or 6, and I might have already used one. I have no idea. Okay, so those are the photo overlays, or you could just put them over paper. They don't have to be over a photo. Oh, here's another one. Sorry. There's the cruise ship. A cruise ship. I don't know that it's the one we actually were on. A few more of these cards. That's the state flag. And then we have a sticker sheet. And we have some 4x6 cards. They're all single-sided. I'm going to go through these really quick. The Salty Dog, that was a restaurant on board, which was just like hot dogs and stuff. It was good. Amazing Scenery, great place for journaling. Beautiful Days, Grand Glaciers, Cruising is Good for the Soul, Our Alaska, and somehow this one is not already opened. Oh my goodness. Throw that away. Okay, we did not do the Lumberjack Show. I have seen that before, so it wasn't a big deal. I cannot even read that. Learn the Native Alaskan something language. Alutiiq? I have no idea. Victoria Gardens, did not go there. Did not go to Skagway. I mean, I should just be like pulling these out, right? I don't think I need any of these. So I will leave this one in. My husband did go to a thing that was on the natives up there, so maybe he knows what that is. Breathtaking Wildlife. Love this Alaska Cruise. King Crab. Some wood ones and more of that paper. Oh, this one's double-sided. Gosh, are all those double-sided? It's so weird. There's some that are double-sided and some that are not. Oh my goodness. So here's the double-sided ones. Alaska Awaits. Denali. What's on the back? Oh, that I could use that. Cruise ship. More of that language, which probably won't use that, but okay. Did we get any back ones? Oh, look, there's back ones over here too. Gold Rush. Brush plane checklist. Yeah, I didn't do a brush train. A brush plane. Okay. So I'll be weeding through those. And then it had these 2 chipboard stickers. You can see I've already used a couple of those. So those are going in there. We've got the dogs, which we didn't see any dogs this time, but on former trips, my husband and I did, well, my husband did not. The kids and I did a dog mushing thing. My husband went hiking with somebody, some guys from the crew, which was fine. He enjoyed his hike and we enjoyed the puppies. These, I can't even see these, you guys. Okay, these were also included. So Witness the History Alaska, Wild Alaska, and Incredible. Those came in this same kit. And then I should have opened these before, but these are some wood veneer pieces that also were in the kit, and they are nowhere near as cute as MK's, but we'll see. Maybe I'll use them, maybe I won't. I don't usually buy those kind of kits on board, just because I have a lot of other stuff that I think is cuter. But we decided to go ahead and get this one just for a few of the items, and they were really inexpensive kits. I want to say they were like $10. So there's the wood pieces that go with it. So that is pretty much my kit. I don't know where this Explore Together sticker came from, but it was sitting on the side of one of the packaging, so I'm just going to stick it there. But that is my kit for week 1. So I will be back, you know, a few times this week to share with you what I have created out of it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope that you kit up some stuff of your own to hopefully play along. It doesn't have to be the same exact kit that we're using. You can use whatever you want, but the idea is to kit up something and use it for 1 week as much as you can. We both kind of feel that 1 week is a great amount of time to use a kit if you scrapbook often. If you don't scrapbook often, maybe you want to give yourself longer, like the whole month. But given as often as we scrapbook, sometimes a month is too long with one kit. Either the kit has to be very huge, or we both get bored with it and we're ready to change over to something new and then come back to it later. So at least that's how I am. The last few things in our kits, we decided to throw in the Wherever chipboard frames. Sorry, I had to clean my desk off. I'm out of room. The chipboard frames, and I've used some. It is what it is. There's some in there. And then in this box, this is my box of Wherever ephemera, which I do have some from, like I said, I think I had another one of those kits that have all the pieces in them, or the ephemera. But anyway, I just throw everything in this box, and because the packaging doesn't stay together great. So anyway, we have the chipboard words, including the handwritten ones and the little typed ones. So got a bunch of those, and I think I have used some of these as well. I do have some of the epoxy stickers, so that might show up as well. And then I have a random assortment of stuff from Wherever that came from varying places. Whether it was the laser cut elements, which I believe this was a laser cut element, might have been a duplicate of one of the other ones, because I think I had 2 packs of those at one point. I do have a couple of pieces that were these were actually swaps that we got from our 2025 cruise for the Caribbean, and I love them, but they just read Alaska more to me than, well, you know, they could be used for either. We've got the pinky colors on here, and we have a lot of this kind of texture in our cruise kits, but I thought they could be used for Alaska as well. So I threw them in here just because I have so many for the other cruises. So yeah, those are in there. I don't know if I'll use them or not. I also have some twine that matches. This was a roll of twine and a giveaway that I did on our table gift for our 2025 Caribbean cruise, but I have extra of it, so I threw some in here just so that I have it. It's not really part of our kit, but like I said, we can bring in other embellishments. So yeah, that's the plan. So there's some odds and ends in here. So lots of fun stuff, and we'll see what I can do with it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hit the thumbs up if you did, and come back and see me to see what I make with this kit. See you soon. Bye-bye.